You're watching Drake Wing Gaming. Enjoy the video.
Hey guys and gals, Never here from Drake Wing Gaming, and some of you on Twitter, the Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you with a Let's Play episode of Far Beyond the World. Anyway, y'all, let's go ahead and jump right back in, shall we? Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go! I decided to establish what my real stance is, just in case he's pulling up a front. I should hope so. I haven't done anything to warrant it. Indeed, thank you for the dance, and I'm sorry for your lukewarm reception here. Don't worry. I've been received much colder. He shakes his hands in dismissal. In my line of work, it's a given, but then as a frost mage, the cold never bothered me anyway. Glad to hear it, and I'll speak to you later, I'm sure. I bow gently and decide to rejoin Ranok, who just finished his talk with Arathan. What was all that about? The wolf bobs his head towards the departing mage. Just a friendly dance. Seriously? First Tano, now that smug tiger. Feels like you're doing it on purpose. He says in a semi-serious tone. If you're jealous, serves you right. It was your dumb idea to leave me here anyway. Besides, if you want, we can dance together now. I'm not in the mood, he says in an unusually cold voice, and I frown. Are you seriously that petty? It's not that. Ranok shakes his head. I didn't like what the tiger's chief's son had to say. Besides, all my instincts have gone haywire. What do you mean? I don't know. Something just doesn't feel right. I can't put my claw on it. Relax, I think it's just you being out of your element. I shrug, bopping his shoulder. Try to enjoy the party. I can't enjoy it. I speak like an imbecile. I don't take pleasure in making a mockery of myself or my people. Was Arathan making fun of you? No, but he's a soldier. He speaks my language where actions mean more than words. Those fine lords you entertain so well. I have little care nor patience for them. Seriously, they're not that bad. Just try to relax and enjoy some music, food, and drink. Vodka's quite nice, I propose, locating a small crystal bottle on one side of the tables. It is, but something tells me to not dull my senses. I don't know what it is, but I can feel it in my very bones. I am incredibly uneasy. Very well, I shall sit right here and feel uneasy with you. I sigh, plopping down on the lounge beside him, and the wolf smiles. I'd appreciate that. But only if you have a drink with me. I reach for a set of glasses, and he nods in amusement. Fair play. He watches as I pour a hefty portion to each vessel and takes hold of it once I'm done. We look to each other with a smile and clink the crystal together. Slante! Slante! Again, the spirit hits the back of my throat, and I enjoy how smooth it is. I can see Ranok's on edge, his ears perked in high alert and his nose twitching nervously from time to time. Last time I saw him as tense was during the hunt. I wish he relaxed, but I decided not to make light of his instincts, and instead of distracting him, I distract myself. Look for the Jarl and the youth accompanying him, and there I find them, chatting now with Wylam and the singer. We're almost like a mirror image, a young boy with a towering, bulky warrior at his side. He's quite good looking, too. They both are. The boy, most likely in his last years of teens, is slender yet athletic. I suppose most would prefer to this body type as a swimmer's build. He makes me quite conscious of my lack of musculature and a very revealing neckline, considering his tunic wasn't meant for a female. The not quite yet middle-aged man next to him makes my blood rush. He's handsome, no doubt about that. Despite his outward rugged appearance, the warrior is a kindness to him, which he's not afraid to wear on his sleeve. He's draping his powerful arm around the boy, pulling him closer and drawing embarrassed blushes from the youth. I wonder if that's how Ranok and I come across. Bearing this in mind, I decided to be a little less obvious and restrain my fluster when out in public. It's almost like a cheap porno setup. Let me introduce Finn, my son. Wait, they're father and son? I blurt out to myself, spitting out some of the drink. Oh shit, how on earth did I misconstrue that? Now that I think about it, they really didn't do anything romantic or sensual. I just took their interactions out of context. This protective and proud father embracing his son. Do I have daddy issues? Yes, you do. How could I have those through an amnesia? You okay? Yeah. Why are you blushing? I sink my face into my palm of my hands. I'm a complete perv, and I thought they were banging. Ha ha! The wolf snorts loudly. So you do spend most of your time imagining others copulating. You're not helping. Relax, it's an easy mistake. I thought the kid was a sex servant. I raise up to look at the wolf with a horrified expression. What? Shh, don't make a scene. He grumbles, looking around with embarrassment, but I don't care. After all, no one here will understand us anyway. How was that your first instinct? Is that a normal thing among wolves? I mean, for some, I guess. He shrugs uncomfortably. Is that what I would end up being if we weren't dating? I mean, isn't that what you are, though? You're still my attendant and you're very much sexual with me. Okay, this conversation is over. I shake my head, drawing a taunting smirk from the warrior. Hey, you were the one perving on about a father and son. I'm just perving over my slender little boy servant. Bad wolf! I point my finger at him. You're in a doghouse for the rest of the night. I pout playfully, smacking my lips and wondering if another round is a good idea. Then Ranok pops my shoulder with a hushed voice. A human pup is coming our way. I'll call him that. It makes me... But before I get to finish, he's already in front of me while Ranok makes a dash for it. Comfortable. Hey, stranger! The youth bows respectfully, and it almost feels weird to be greeted in such a fashion by someone very much like me. He stands there, timid and nervous, and nervously toying with his half-empty chalice. It's amazing to finally meet proper. My name is Finn. Hi, my name is Orion, but friends call me Kalen. Oh, that's a tricky one. Which one should I be? He asks in understandable confusion, and I shrug teasingly. Alright, water down. Alright. I guess that depends on your aspirations. Caitlin it is, then. What did you mean by finally meet? I asked, deciding to pour myself a glass to put him at ease. Not much, I'm afraid. It's my first time outside of the Broken Isle, so I'm very much soaking up everything like a sponge. That includes gossip. The town's abuzz with you and your wolf over there. He says, barely containing his own excitement, and I cannot help but smile. Oh, you mean Ranok? A wolven prince and his... He pauses, gauging my proper address, and I chuckle. Attendant. Attendant, of course. That must be quite a story. That depends on who's telling it. True. And there's no lack of storytellers in this town. After all, we're the famous Strandbard. The kid spreads his arms cheerfully, and I nod. Ha! I saw you at the inn. Did you enjoy the performance? Oh, I did. That Felinian was magnificent, wasn't he? Better than the lion, I would say. I snort, remembering the poor performance, and Finn laughs. Yeah, lions tend to be mopey in these parts, pining over past glories when they owned it all, and us all. 1,000 years had passed, and they still haven't learned that hankering for the times of serfdom is not winning applause in Avalon. Where does it? Indeed. He muses playfully, but quickly becomes rather anxious, looking towards Ranok with worried gaze. I'm sorry if this is going to be a bit forward, but is it true what they say? That depends on what they say. Were you captured and taken as a... No, I'm not a slave, despite how it looks and what others say. I release a slightly strained sigh. This running theme is never going to sit well with me. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to jump to conclusions. Again, it's all just so exciting. Finn's hasty explanation returns my previous humor. We both seem to be of age, and yet you're out here in the world, while I'm being on a carefully guided tour. Truth be told, if any of us would be a slave, I'm the one fitting the bill. I gather that's your father? I bought my chalice towards the handsome warrior in the distance. Yes, he's my supposed captor and warden. But it's not all that bad. At least I'm out of home, and he's good at opening the doors, socially speaking. I guess Ranok is also part of my novelty act. I shrug. I'm not sure why everyone finds me so exciting when there's plenty of others who are equally as interesting, if not more. What I've heard, you're headed to the capital to see the Sorcerer King. Indeed. Finn nods eagerly. That's certainly something. I'm almost envious of such an audience. Honestly, it all seems a bit much. I always thought my father was this boorish brute, but I have to admit I'm pretty surprised. I didn't expect him to be, well, this well-mannered, warm, and celebrated. What do you mean? He's your father. Surely there's no surprises there. I haven't really seen him much. He was always out at the battlefront or visiting with distant Jarls. This is the first time I got to see him in nearly 12 years. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. This explains why I was so off about their interactions. It's very odd and hard to explain. One day you wake up to this strange man everyone insists is your father. Deep down you know it's him, but at the same time something feels off, almost as if it all were a dream. Oddly enough, I can relate to that on a certain level, especially with recent events in mind. What was the reason for this sudden return? My 18th birthday, which he missed by 13 months. I'm old enough to become his legitimate heir, so he flaunts me in front of everyone he can to help me gather clout. And now I think Ranok would relate to you as well. Finally, I decide to wet my lips in some wine. I doubt it. Your wolf seems born to lead. I'm kind of thrust into this without much say in the matter. Yeah, his father played a more active part in his upbringing, but he'd definitely share that last sentiment with you. What about you? He throws quite intently, and I blink in surprise. I'm curious if I could relate to your circumstance even a tiny bit. A young human stuck with the savage wolves? Oh, please, give me anything! I'm dying for a good story, and all I've heard so far is politics and battle feats, and neither of which are things I'm interested in nor familiar with. First of all, they're not savage, I state firmly. They might seem a bit out of touch, but that's because they're very proud of their heritage and aware of their dying culture. Something every human on this damn continent could very much appreciate. It's as if the world has moved on and we outstayed our welcome. What about you, though? How did any of this come about? I'm afraid I'll prove a bit of a disappointment. Some 3 weeks ago I was attacked, apparently, and left for dead. I lost all of my memories and was in Ranok's care ever since. I'm simply repaying debt for saving my life. I stick to our official version of events, as for the time being, not even Ranok is with me on the same page regarding this matter. Mighty curious indeed. How did you end up all the way down here? What do you mean? Well, you're one of us, surely. I mean, I'm human, sure. Ha! I mean the Vanar. You're one of ours. I met with Freyr before their accent is an immediate tell. I've met Freyr? I've met Freyr before, and their accent is an immediate telltale. I can neither confirm nor deny that. As I said, I've lost my memory. Besides, this testimonial means very little, as so far that's what every creature I spoke to said. Might as well be a damn bunny or a wolf. Well, Finn, what have you got here? A gruff voice of the Jarl reaches my ears just before his massive hand lands on my shoulder. Oh, handsome-looking lad, though a bit jumpy. You're a lady killer, I'm sure. He winks to the utter embarrassment of his son. Father, this is Kalen. And for the famous Wolven boy. The handsome man laughs, patting his chest and then pointing to Finn. My name's Yorick, and this flustered little pipsqueak is my son, if you can believe such a thing. Oh, I've seen stranger things. I've seen stranger things, too. It's pretty good. Ha! Good lad. I assume you don't need rescuing from your companion. He nods towards Ranok, and I shake my head in bemusement. Not in the slightest. Good, good. Wouldn't want to bloody my axe this early in the trip. Assuming you can take him on, sir. I flash my brows, and he raises his. Oh, is that a challenge, lad? Hey, Wolf, would you come here for a moment? The Jarl calls out, causing Ranok to stir in confusion. As he approaches, the man nods in approval. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and pause it right there. Alright, thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon, YouTube memberships if you can. It always helps. Anyway, I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!